So we've got a lot to discuss today. We've got Discord on PS5, Bloober Team on Silent Hill, Bungie and their new projects, Sony selling 30 million plus PS5s, also Sony revealing a new controller, Project Leonardo, and lastly, apparently vertical PS5s could be getting damaged because of a certain cooling issue. The timestamps will be below in the pinned comment and in the description if you want to jump to a specific topic. Now, before we jump into that, if you could do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, share the video, helps the channel a ton. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Now let's jump into this Discord / PS5 situation. So if you don't remember, Tom Henderson previously had stated that Discord was likely to come, or according to his sources, to come in March of 2023. And now we also have some data miners who have found some information that further support this. So according to the leaked code, PS5 users will have certain features unlocked that simply won't be available on PS4 platforms. At present, it's not known how deep these features will run. For instance, if it's going to be like the PC app or if it's going to be catered to just the PlayStation 5 experience. But it currently reads that you could send Discord audio to your PS5. Now you can chat in Discord voice channels and voice calls. On your PlayStation, you'll need to reconnect to PlayStation in order to enable this feature. And then it also says display on profile, display PlayStation Network as your status. And yeah, under PS5 says join voice chat on PS5, display the game you're playing. And under PS4 says display the game you are playing. So it looks like this will be specific to the PS5. Don't expect to be able to do this on the PS4. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be a situation where you have to initialize this on your phone or on the Discord full app, and then you can transfer it to your PlayStation or what, but based on this little image that I'm seeing, it looks like that might be the case. Or maybe it's just that if you are on a call, you can then transfer it to your PlayStation, but you can still initiate that kind of stuff already on the console. We'll see what happens, but I think it's coming very, very soon, a lot sooner than we expected, and I'm really looking forward to it because it is really the optimal communications platform. To me, it's my favorite place to talk with friends. You know, regardless of where you're on, PC, your phone, Xbox, soon to be PlayStation, and I hope Nintendo gets with the program. It would be awesome if we could all just talk to each other through the same platform, and it just really simplifies everything. And it's an amazing platform. If you have not used it, I highly suggest you try to find a reason to use it, especially if it's going to be available on the PS5. So next, I want to give you guys an update on Silent Hill 2 Remake. It's interesting to see these comments that are being made by the team at Bloober. Specifically this one, in quotes, they say, as for apprehension, yes, the pressure is high since we're dealing with one of the best psychological horror games ever made. We want to stick close to the original and we will put in the spotlight for years to come. And yes, of course, they are feeling that pressure. Big IP, a lot of fans, clearly, if you look at the viewership just on a trailer alone, there's a lot of excitement behind this, and is Bloober Team capable of delivering on this experience? We'll have to wait and see. It does not help that Kojima was working on a Silent Hill game, and a lot of people were excited for that, so there is going to be that pressure as well, but it is a remake, so maybe most people will draw back to the original and be like, hey, does this feel like a game that is remade for this year, whatever it be, 2023, 2024, and still stays true to the original game, but yet making it fresh and new? We'll see. I don't know. It's hard to know what to make of all this and if Bloober is capable and what the situation is, but I'm willing to give them a chance. So let's see what they can do and give them a fair shake at this. Now, next, I want to talk to you guys about Bungie. Bungie's creative lead, Tom Farnsworth, was on Twitter, and he posted that the studio has completely changed how it develops games and does business over the course of 25 plus Destiny content releases, moving from strictly box products to live service games. He continued, and with the support of Sony, we are working on a number of unannounced projects too. So as you can see that clearly, you know, being with Sony and working with Sony in that partnership now, well, especially they're owned by Sony now, it has changed their studio and the way that they're working. And I do think that Sony has also taken a lot from Bungie, being that they are so great at creating live service products. So I think that it's a two-way street. I really do feel Sony's offering a lot to Bungie to increase the quality of their games and give them more tools. And I also feel that Bungie is showing Sony how to create live service games and make them the best they can possibly be. Even if you're not interested in live service games, this is still a positive thing in my opinion. And we're going to see the best of Bungie, I think, post this acquisition. And I think we're going to see the best of Sony post this acquisition when it comes to live service games, especially if you consider that their online games are where they are lacking. We'll see what happens. They have a lot planned for live service games, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. Now, this next topic is a pretty big one, guys. This is PlayStation 5 passing 30 million units sold. And they also confirmed that there aren't any major supply shortages anymore. So we're going to see these sales numbers probably skyrocket going forward and really outdoing the years previous to this, especially when we consider the first 2 years of launch. So it's really exciting to see that PlayStation's going to be at a whole nother level, a whole nother tier when it comes to their sales, which is only positive for the division in general. So the PlayStation division is going to be at its best, I think, because of all these sales and the money they're going to be bringing in. And also what obviously means that there will be more people playing their exclusives in the games on their platform. So really looking forward to seeing not only better sales, more games. I'm looking forward to seeing them leave PS4 behind once this becomes more of a possibility. And I think with Spider-Man 2, that's going to be where it starts. We're not going to see Spider-Man 2, I don't think, on PS4. Obviously, they pretty much said it's only PS5. But I think with GT switching afterwards, it scares me. But I think that if I were a betting man, I would put money that Spider-Man 2 is a PS5 only game. And we need more PS5 only games. I don't want these games to be held back by the PS4 anymore. We need to move forward, leave that console behind. It's very old already. We need to move forward. And I'm hoping that it becoming way more available is going to allow us to leave those games behind. And if we just look at the fact that Horizon Forbidden West does not have DLC coming to the PS4, and it's only PS5 for DLC, it looks promising, and it means that that's probably the direction that we're going to go in. Now, I want to take some time to talk about this new accessibility controller that Sony revealed at CES. It's called Project Leonardo, and it is an interesting controller. Obviously, this is not meant for everybody. This is meant for people who require these specific type of remotes to be able to enjoy the video games. And I like this. I really do like this because it allows more people to play games. If you look at Xbox, they had their own controller, and I really like that. I always wondered why Sony didn't do their own controller, and now they have. And I think it's a very positive thing, especially with them really reaching out with accessibility and trying to make games more accessible when it comes to their first-party titles. This is a really good sign. This is a really good thing. I stand behind it 100%. I think that the more we can make these games accessible, the better. And especially with a controller that's going to improve the ability to play these games, it's a very positive thing. So there's not much else to say about this, but I think it's a great thing that they are doing this. Now, lastly, I want to talk to you guys about a alleged design flaw, according to repair shops with the PS5 when standing vertically. So repair shops are claiming that PS5 consoles placed in a vertical position could be irreparably damaged by a design flaw with their cooling system. This is caused by the liquid metal that is used in the cooling systems becoming out of position due to the forces of gravity. So the liquid metal would come out of place, and it might go on the motherboard, and then it might, short circuit and cause all types of problems to a point where it would be irreparable. Now, this does seem to be a very limited group of PS5s. This is not like widespread. So if you are, playing your PS5, and especially if it's in a well-ventilated area and it's upright, I don't think you really need to worry about this. I think this is very specific to a small percentage of people. Obviously, there are no numbers on this in terms of statistics, but I think this is something that will likely be resolved with the next iterations of the PS5. They're constantly revising the internal hardware, even if they don't revise the external hardware. So it's not something that I would worry about. And if you want to put your PS5 in a vertical position, I don't see a problem with that. I would keep doing that, especially if you do have a well-ventilated area. I've had 2 launch PS5s, and I have friends with launch PS5s. We have never had any issues with these, especially playing games for long periods of time. They get hot naturally, and we've never had any problems. So I do think this is a pretty isolated case of people that are having this problem. Now, that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Please let me know your thoughts on all of these topics. There's a lot of topics that we covered today, so let me know in the comments. As always, if you have not subscribed already, please subscribe, like, share the video. Helps the channel a ton. You have no idea how far it really goes. And you can follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description. And if you want to become a member of the channel, it's $1.99 a month. It supports the channel quite a bit. Every dollar gets reinvested into the channel, and I definitely appreciate it very, very much. I'll talk to you all on the next one. Take care.